Christians, and my fellow believer here who writes that tongues in private edify God, tongues in church with no interpreter edifies self and causes confusion, which God is not the author of. I agree with all of that, except for the part where it says tongues in private edifies God. Christians, we need to be very careful in our language. And it may seem like a trivial matter. It may seem like a bit of a trifle on my part to point out. But I do want to make it clear that one of the reasons why I do what I do, and as so many of you do, is because we do care about biblical precision. I hope you all do anyway. So when we say that tongues in private, as my friend here says, edifies God, we need to understand that is not true. God cannot be edified by man. God edifies man. We edify one another. It means to build one another up. It means to support and uphold one another, or to build and support and uphold anything. So, just by virtue of the definition of edifying or edification or an edifice, which the church of God is, God is the one building his church. His church is his edifice. We in no way do we edify or build up God. And I just want to make that point very clear. As for tongues, none of the tongue speaking today is biblical. None of it. None of it. It's all fake. It's all satanic. Anybody that says they're speaking in tongues is lying. There is no tongues. No, I take that back. Let me clear that up. I'm not saying that people aren't speaking tongues. I'm saying that the tongues that they're speaking today is not coming from God. That's what I will say. And that's a more accurate and a less harsh assessment. The tongue speaking today that is happening, it is happening. It is not from God. And not only is it not from God, it doesn't even remotely resemble the tongues that Acts 2 and that Acts 14 or 1 Corinthians chapter 14 discuss. So I just want to make that clear. Be provoked and be persuaded.